Hey, what's going on, guys? Here at Galaxy Games with Jack Paul, who this weekend went to a regional down in South Park, Pennsylvania, and he actually got 12th place out of a little over 200 players playing Kozmo. So feel free to talk about your matchups and get into the deck profile.
Okay, how's it going, guys? Yeah, first off, I play 3 Dark Destroyer. You definitely wanted to play 3 him. He's definitely a mandatory playset in the build. He's really good because there's so many effects that you can base. There's so many things you can do with his effect based around the deck. As in, like, there was times where I would farm girl, bring out Dark Destroyer, pop the Dark Destroyer, bring out another farm girl, get another search. It's really good because most of the time they'll expect you to go 3,000, and popping it itself is actually a really good play. Because then if you have Kozmo Town, you can just add it back to hand for next turn setup. So it's really not bad. It's a very versatile card. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays with the new trap that's coming out in Bosch. 3/4 runner. I decided to keep this at 3. I was thinking when I got the 3rd Dark Destroyer to bump this down to 2, but honestly in the mirror match you want to have as many ships as possible because whoever grinds the other one out first, if it comes down to that, it's going to most likely win, even with Kozmo Town, just because it's life points are going to be real slim at the very end. Yeah. So 2 Slip Rider because he's decent, but you only really want to see him against Pendulum matchups. It's still a decent card though. I mean, the fact that you can normal summon him is still good over a Floodgate or a Whole Iron Wall or a Skill Drain. Well, not Skill Drain, but anything basically that's just going to prevent you from getting off your banishment moves and stuff like that. Especially Vanity, so it's not bad. Next for the pilots, I play 3 Farm Girl. You definitely want to play 3 Farm Girl. Obviously, she's the one that makes the deck work to get off your searches, stuff like that. If you already have a bunch of Siption pilots in hand, you can search out Kozmo Town. Later on in the game if you have to. So it's a really, really good card. I play 3 Wicked Witch. She's really good in the mirror match. That's why you play like 1 Good Witch at least, maybe 2 possibly, depending on how your build is. But I feel like 1's really good. But Wicked Witch is just so good because you can keep her on field to be able to draw into your ship if you have to, if they already have advantage on you. So it's really not bad. Speaking of Good Witch, I play 1 Good Witch. It's really good for the mirror because if Wicked Witch is on board and you happen to draw into this, you can normal it, pay 5, flip it face down, then it's like, even if he pays 1,000 to try to keep it alive, it would still be destroyed when you attack over it because it can't activate the flip of the damage step. So, 1 Strawman, you really don't want to see this card at the beginning of the game, mainly just because its effect is not in the battle phase, like to bring something back from the banish zone. It's kind of only good to, do late game if you're trying to go for extra damage to kill somebody. You can even bring anything back. I mean, its effects are negated, so you can't like pop something with Dark Destroyer, you can't go for face and get Farm Girl's effect, but it's still very good just for extra damage. So you really don't want to see this at the beginning of the game. If you have Kozmo Town, most of the time you want to mulligan away to try to plus something else that's really good. And then finishing off the monsters, I play 2 Honest. So might as well, since you can. It's hard to get over stuff with Farm Girl sometimes, especially if you're playing Tellers and they have the Neb first turn. 3 Kozmo Town. You definitely want to play 3 of it because it's like the best field spell in the game. In the mirror matches, you definitely want to see this first pretty much, hence playing 1 Terraforming. You really want to see this first because whoever gets advantage on who first in the Kozmo mirror match pretty much wins most of the time. So you really want to get advantage as quick as possible. 3 E-Tele just because obviously your main pilot, Farm Girl, and also Strawman is a target for it. And it's a really versatile card that can help you OTK someone later in the game. So, and even at the beginning of the game if they don't have anything in response to anything. 3 MST because Floodgates are like heavily nowadays and people are maining Floodgates, especially for these big regional events and different tourneys like that. So I find 3 really relevant. I don't regret keeping 3, and I find it super okay to do that. 1 Allure of Darkness. I'm debating on cutting this because it's a really good play, but if they Imperial Iron Wall when you do this, you literally lose your entire hand. It's just at that point you're pretty much screwed in my opinion because I had Dark Destroyer, Wicked Witch, Honest, Farm Girl at one time, and I did this and a Kozmo Town. And I literally had to put my whole hand in the grave because he Imperialed as I did it. So it's a card that could help you or screw you depending on if you get first or second. So
that's definitely one that would probably be one of your first side outs game 2 if you think they're going to side in Iron Wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. It's like you have to be very careful, or you could literally screw yourself. So next, I play 1 Gold Sarcophagus. It's really good because if you have Kozmo Town and you can immediately add this to your banish zone, whatever it is, whatever Kozmo monster you want to add, and then you can just add it to hand immediately. So it's instant Farm Girl if you don't have one off hand, but if you have Kozmo Town, it works. So it's really not a bad card at all. Next, I play 1 Raigeki. You have to have removal in this deck just so you can get your combos off and hopefully OTK with Farm Girl, so it's very relevant in my opinion. 1 Dark Hole is also for that same purpose. I play 1 Instant Fusion. It's not bad because I play Panzer Dragon and Norden, and every now and then I'll let a Wicked Witch to go to grave so I can activate Instant Fusion, so it's sometimes helpful. And Panzer Dragon's just in there for the fact of getting around floodgates, so it's not bad. 1 Terraforming again for the mirror match. You want to be able to, get over the fact that they're in front of you if they get Kozmo down first. So you want to try to keep advantage as much as possible. Next, I play 2 Time Space. I don't regret maining this. A lot of people were saying maybe I should side it, but honestly, I feel going in the mirror match or Pepe is so vital to have this first turn and set it if they don't like Dragon Pit it off or something. Usually, I would set this with like an E-Telly to hopefully bait them into Dragon Pitting my E-Telly and then chaining it and still being able to have a Time Space where they try to go off on me. So I find 2 Time Space really, really relevant. Next, I play 1 Storming. I do not regret playing this just at 1, mainly just because it's really only good in the mirror match, in my opinion, because any other deck can come back sometimes from Storming. It's really not that big of a deal, especially, like, for instance, I played Yusenju first game and I had this trap, and I was like, well, this is a dead draw immediately. I mean, it's good for if I would have played Kozmo first and had it, but unfortunately I played something that just doesn't really hurt that deck that much. I mean, yeah, it does stop me from getting damage heavily, but honestly, I'd rather put ships back in the hand or stuff like that. But even in Pepe, if they keep all pendulums, this really doesn't help my case because it's going to put back in their hand. They pendulum some next turn unless they go into XDs and synchros and whatnot. Anyway, I play 1 Toriental just because of the same thing of damage. 1 Solon definitely wins the games if you stop that farm girl first. 1 Bottomless and then 1 Vanities. So that does it for the main, total 40. On to the side.
You didn't see what this was or what was
I play 2 Cyber Dragon just for the simple fact of just getting over ships in the mirror match. Cyber Core is good just because you can banish him in your graveyard to special 1 from deck if this is still in your deck. So really good side. This is actually something that I just teched in recently because I've tweaked the deck just a hair, but just because I really didn't go into the side and extra as much as I would have liked, honestly, just because most of the time my ships and pilots and e-tellers and all whatever was able to get over most of what I was going against. So the side and extra's a little techy at the moment, but I'll still tell you what I had in replacing them when I was at the regionals. I play 2 Artifact Lancing now just for the simple fact it's really, really good in the mirror match, and just any deck that banishes that you might come across, if this Ritual Beast is still a thing. But in place of that, I had 2 Storming of the Monarchs to tribute something over. It's good for if you don't have advantage and you want to still be able to tribute over their stuff to bring out like a Slip Rider or whatnot. 2 Magical Spring. This is so good in the Pendulum matchup because if they have 2 scales and happen to have maybe a face-up field spell, it's really, really good because it's a quick play. So it's just so good to be able to draw 3 or even 2 and just discard 1, so it might help you get out of a tough picker. Next, I played 2 Wavering Eyes. Good in the Pendulum matchup, just be able to get over advantage on them to make their scales dead at the moment. So 1 Skill Drain. Skill Drain's really good just because my monsters can work around their effects and still be able to special just because their effects are kind of like the same thing as BA to a sense. Next I play 2 Magical Drain. I didn't have these in actually, but I find this really relevant now because it baits out their MSTs and Wavering Eyes if they activate a scale first and you activate this. It's mainly just because what happens is with Magic Drain is when they activate a scale, they have to immediately discard a spell to negate the effects of Magic Drain. So it makes it to where they have to get rid of a spell that they might have actually needed to use that turn. So in place of this, I was exciting 3 Debunk and 3 Royal Decree, but I decided to bump them down to 2 and then just play 2 this instead for the next regional. 2 Debunk just because it's really good in the mirror match because of the ships. Once you get them into the grave and they try to activate their effects. Also, it's really good for Honest. It's really good for if you go against side frames by any chance. Just different things that activate the hand. If he's getting advantage on me in the first game with it, I may or may not side this in. It's a very versatile trap, and it's good because it's a counter. And then just because I lose the Floodgates, 2 Royal Decree. I was doing Denko, but I find it not as good just because it can take away from your normal summons, and the only way that you can get around that is if you have an E-Telly in hand to be able to continue the OTK. Yeah. Anyway, on to the extra. I play 2 Chimera Tech, Fortress Dragon. You definitely need 2 of him, in my opinion, if you're playing Cosmos for the mirror match. It's solely based on it. You don't want to just have 1 because then the Cyber Dragon, the other Cyber Dragon that you didn't use in your deck is now a dead draw. So it's like you really have to have 2, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of people talking with just 1, and that's good, but you probably most likely just got lucky because if you would have played the mirror and you would have had to do it again, you drew into a Cyber Dragon, you're literally screwed. So it's just, I feel 2 is really necessary. Maybe even 3, depending on how versatile Cosmos at one point get with this new support coming out. It's going to change the meta a little bit again, in my opinion. So one Panzer Dragon just for the floodgate outs with instant fusion. Sometimes I even go into Eggsy since he's a light target, so I could do a slip rider on him and make play-dies or whatever. One Northern for instant fusion. I play one Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. It's really good just because with 2 Forerunners you can make him, and if you have him under 400 life points, they basically lose. I really think it's like impossible to come around that. It's basically like Gaga, except it's kind of more of like a screw you card because you can't do anything, so you might as well just scoop. One Diamond, just he's in here if I do happen to go against BA or any dark deck like Dark World, stuff like that. But honestly, he's just mostly in here for if I make Talamaeus and then just at the end phase, add him as a material for 3, so I can go to rank 5.
Yeah.
Plays for rank 5, then Talamaeus. One Durandal, like I was saying, this is actually really good again in my opinion. It's easy to make, so sometimes it can be really versatile extra deck card, and it can help you in a certain position.
It can even negate like Dark Hole, Regeki, Torrential,
exactly.
Like those kind of blowout cards.
Anything that can like stop you from keeping the advantage, maybe even in the mirror match. One Steel Storm Roach because it's good against Cosmos if I had to make it, and it's also good against Infernoids. One Castella just because it's staple rank 4, honestly. One Honor Arc is still kind of a staple rank 4, even though a lot of stuff is floaters nowadays. It's still good to have those because you can get advantage sometimes over like if I'm in the mirror match, but I have 2 Wicked Witch and the only thing he has is a Slip Rider I'm trying to go for game. I could make Honor Arc and get over it with that. But one Abyss Dweller just for if I can make it, and Dark Hole maybe, and then Itelli. I actually did that one time, not in a regional, but it happens sometimes. Abyss Dweller is just good because it kind of counters the other decks. So well, in your deck too, but you're gonna use it to get advantage. One Crab King just for the mirror, and one Gaga because I can make it both. So you like I said, you really don't go into your extra deck that much, and sometimes not even your side depending on the game you're going
Phoenix
against.
mode comes out, would be really good.
Like I said, it's a very helmet deck in my opinion. It's basically the new Cleese in this meta. I really find it being that because I honestly didn't go into my extra deck until the very last game.
First I'm going to activate
just to get Chimera Tech to win. That was literally the only time I ever used it. So because the rest of the day I played Pepe. Mostly I played a Yusenju God card deck. He was trying to pendulum summon Scales and then get Obelisk out, which would have been actually good, but he was just not seeing what he had or what he needed. I played Fire Fists, but mostly Pepe. I mean, the majority of what I see was Pepe, but I did happen to see a Dolce Brilliant Fusion. I have to say that deck is very, very versatile. I mean, they could have 2 cards in hand as ATK as if they were Cosmos themselves. Brilliant Fusion in that fusion they bring out to get you an extra normal. So that's really the most broken combo I see. I mean, he made Naturia Beast on me, the Reptilian XZ that searches out. I mean, it was just, he was really screwing me. The first game that I played, this guy that did the Brilliant Fusion, Pepe, on me, he wasn't even playing the Dolce, he was playing, because like it's so versatile in all these decks. He was able to make the Reptile guy and the Naturia Beast, and I literally had 4 spells in hands and a Farm Girl. And I drew into a Kozmo Town, and it was like, dude, I scooped, because there was literally nothing I could do. I knew it was an OTK me. I had no ships. It was just a really, really bad time. And that Brilliant Fusion is a really good combo. I was actually hoping to see a Necros player play because it still works in their deck as well, but didn't see it at the moment. But the only advice I can give you on the next regionals, you're going to see a lot of Pepe. Cosmos are out there, but Pepe is like really taking over the meta right now. It's not Pepe yet, but once it is, it's going to really change the meta. So.
Yeah, it's going to be more of the same going into post Bosch with all the support that Pepe is getting. It's probably going to be the best deck. Cosmo's going to be right there.
Yep.
I do believe though, and big congratulations to you for getting 12th place there. I wish I could have been there with you, but
same here, man. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, definitely glad you did well. Thank you for the deck profile. Remember, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.